door. Can you help me close it? Sorry. All right, thank you. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're connected from. Please confirm you can hear me. You can hear me. Also confirm you can see me. How has been your day? If you can hear me, please confirm. Confirm, drop a comment if you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. How are you doing today? How has been trading? How has been trading? I hope it's been profitable. Have you executed any trade today? Let me know in the comment section. Mr. Oyemi, good afternoon. Mr. Joseph, good afternoon. Mr. Paul. All right. Have you executed any trade today? Have you taken any trade today? Have you taken any trade today? We are expecting a major news by 1:30. Core retail sales, like I would be taking a trade on USD pairs after this news is released. Okay. So we're expecting this data to be released. Mr. V, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So let's look at the charts. Let's look at the charts before the news is released. EU, GU buy. Okay, good. You have made some good profits on GU and EU. Congratulations, Mr. Paul. Congratulations. Okay, so let's see what's happening on the chart. Like I shared with you guys yesterday, I was expecting GU to sell, right? I was expecting GU to sell, okay, to come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. So I've not taken any trade on GU. Okay, I want to see price pull back, fill this fair value gap. Probably after the news is released, would use the news to fill this gap. That's what I'm expecting. So I'm expecting a pullback on GU before going bullish. My bias for GU this week is bullish, but I'm still waiting for a pullback before going bullish. I want to ensure price fills this fair value gap before going bullish on GU. What's happening on 1 hour time frame? Let's see. Okay, you can see this pattern that has formed on 1 hour. This is a doji candle, sorry, spinning top. So you can see this is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, so I will be considering selling. Okay, selling. That's the pullback. I will take out the pullback. Okay, so I'll be considering selling if a candle closes below the low of this candle. If 15-minute candle closes below the low of this candle, I will consider selling GU. I would consider going bearish on GU. Okay, I will consider going bearish on GU. I would also hope that the news is negative for GU. Okay, I would also hope that the news would be positive. If it is positive for GU, we would see more bearish move on GU. We would see more bearish move on GU if the news is positive. But if it is negative for GU, we should expect a bullish move on GU. If the news is positive for the dollar, we should expect bearish move. If it is negative for the dollar, we should expect more bullish move for GU. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay. my weekly bias for GU still remains bullish. Now let's look at DXY. Let's see what's happening on DXY. You can see the pattern that formed on DXY. So, and on DXY, you can see if you apply your Fibonacci, you would see that DXY is at a discount area. That DXY is area, and you can see the candlestick pattern that formed at the discount area. This is also a spinning bottom. A spinning bottom. I was expecting XY to fill this fair value gap before going bearish, but that hasn't played out. That was my expectation on DXY. I was expecting price to pull back, fill this fair value gap before going bearish. So I'm hoping that this, after the formation of this spinning bottom, I'm expecting price to pull back, fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That's my expectation on US dollar DXY. Okay. So for us to buy DXY to go bullish, for us to go bullish on DXY, we want to see price close above I want to see price above this high. A 15-minute candle should close above. 15-minute candle should close above this high. Before going bullish on DXY, I want to see a 15-minute candle close above this high. Okay, so immediately a candle closes above this high, I will be going. It means dollar has become bearish. It has turned bullish. Sorry, dollar has turned bullish. So I'll be going bearish on GU and bearish on EU. I hope that. So that's my take. So DXY should close above this level for me to buy, for me to sell GU, EU. Is that clear? So let's look at EU. What a similar pattern on EU also. We should have a similar pattern. You can see it. You can see the pattern we have on EU. Similar pattern. This looks like a spinning top. If a 1-hour candle closes below this low, if a 1-hour candle closes below this low, that is a sell setup. The 1-hour candle closes below this low, that will be a sell for EU. That will be a sell for EU. That will be a sell for EU. I expect EU. My expectation on EU was that it will come fill this fair value gap. Fair value gap here. That's my expectation on EU, and that hasn't played out. My bias still remains bullish for the week, but I expect price to pull back, fill this fair value gap before going bullish. This is where I'll be considering going bullish on Euro USD. But at the moment, for today's market, I think selling will be the best trade. Selling will be the best execution. Selling. So that's my take on EU. That's my take on EU. Good afternoon, Mr. Raphael. Afternoon, Mr. Wale. Appreciate you all for joining. So that's my take on Euro USD. Look for sell. GU also look for sell. Okay. Let's look at GJ. GJ has been in a range since 7 a.m. You can see GJ has been in a range. GJ has been in a range. But my bias for GJ for today's market is bearish. Okay, my bias for GJ. I expect GJ to come and fill value gap on GJ. This fair value gap. This should be the first target for GJ. This fair value gap. Okay, if it breaks out from this fair value gap, it should come down to this discount. If it breaks from this fair value gap, then the next target will be this. That's my expectation on GJ. If it breaks out from this fair value gap, it should aim for this next fair value gap, which is at a discount. This fair value gap is at this is at discount. So I only fill this fair value gap before going bullish. That's my expectation on GJ. Okay, so let's look at gold. I told you guys yesterday my bias for gold is bullish. My bias for gold is bullish, and I think gold has been bullish since it's been bullish, right? Yeah, it's been bullish for some time. You can see that it's been bullish. But I was expecting gold to fill a fair value gap, sell side fair value gap before going bullish. Let's see. Okay. It's bullish. So price might pull back on gold. You can see it has a fair value gap here. You can see it has created a fair value gap here. It might fill that fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap, this liquidity void. It's likely going to pull back to fill this void before going bullish. Okay, so wait for the sell. Okay, wait for the sell. It's likely going to clear liquidity residing at this previous low. A lot of retail traders would have executed buy at this point and also buy at this point, and their stop losses will be at these lows. So they are likely going to come for the stop losses resetting at this low before going bullish. So at the moment, my bias for gold is very well. For the week, my bias remains bullish for gold. My bias remains bullish for gold. This is a pullback. The trend on gold still remains bullish. It still remains bullish. Okay, it still remains bullish. That's my. Let's see what's happening. Okay, with that 4-hour. So you can see if the current 4-hour, this 4-hour candle will close by 3. If it closes bearish, you should expect more bearish move on gold. Gold is likely going to come and fill this fair value gap. Gold is likely going to come and fill this gap. It is likely going to come and fill this gap because all these lows you see here are areas of liquidity. All these lows are areas of liquidity. So there's a high probability they will come and clear all the stop losses residing at this previous low before going bullish. And since there's a fair value gap below this low, there is a high probability they will come fill that fair value gap. Okay. Don't buy gold now. Wait for price to pull back before you consider buying gold. You can see this fair value. Gold is coming here. It's coming to fill this gap. This is where you should be considering buying gold if you want to buy. If you want to buy gold, this is where you should be considering buying gold. Don't buy gold from the current market price. Okay? Wait for price to fill this fair value gap before you go bullish on gold. I hope that is clear. I hope that. Okay. That's my take on gold. USDJPY. Let's look at USDJPY. USDJPY. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If there's any instrument you want us to look at together, drop it in the comment section. Okay. My bias for UJ is still bearish. Okay, my bias for UJ this week is bearish. It is bearish. It's bearish. Okay, so let's see. Let's go down to 4-hour. So you can see the previous 4-hour candle closed as an hanging man. Can you see that the previous 4-hour candle? The previous 4-hour candle closed as what? An hanging man, and that hanging man, I think it formed at a resistance level. Can you see it? It formed at a resistance zone. You can see this. Can you see this zone? So the hanging man formed at a resistance zone. If you go back here also, you see it was a support which became a resistance. If you still go back, you would see, you can see that level. You can see it was a key level. Support on resistance, support on resistance, support on resistance. That level has been used as support or as resistance. You can see several times. You can see resistance, got here also resistance, and see resistance. So the best entry would have been after the formation of this hanging man. After the formation of this hanging man, you go down to 1 hour. So best time to have executed a sell on UJ would have been this. After the close of this 1 hour, immediately this 1 hour close, below this low, that would have been the best time to take a sell on USD JPY. Now, after the formation of this candle, I'm sure a fair value gap was created. Let's see. So you can see this fair value gap. Let's wait for the news to be released. They might use the news to push price back up. If you want to join the sell trade, if you want to join the sell trend, wait for price to pull back to this area, this fair value gap. If you want to take a sell, wait for price to pull back to this zone before you sell USD JPY. Don't sell USD JPY. You've executed a sell on USD JPY. But if you don't have a trade, a sell trade on USD JPY, please wait for price to pull back to this zone before you sell. That's my take on USD JPY. I hope that is clear. Patiently wait for price to pull back, fill this favor gap before you sell. Any question? Any question? Okay, dollar USD and EA. Okay, Australian dollar USD. My buyers, Australian dollar USD. Let's start with the daily. My weekly bias for Australian dollar USD is bullish. I want to see price pull back to fill. I think there's a fair value gap, a sell side value gap. Okay, so we have a fair value gap here. I want to see Australian dollar USD pull back to fill fair value gap. Okay, I think there's a fair value gap. Let's see. Okay, this is 1 hour. So I want to see it pull back to this fair value gap. That's my expectation on AU before going bullish. It should pull back to fill the value gap. That's my expectation on Australian dollar USD. It should pull back to this zone. Okay, it should pull back to this zone or a discount area. If you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, okay, this will be my first area of interest, and my second area of interest will be at a discount area. Okay, let's go down to 15 minutes. Most likely we'll be able to identify a fair value at a discount area. That fair value gap say that needs to be filled. So this is the fair value gap of 15 minutes time. So this will be my area of interest for Australian USD. Okay, so I want to see price pull back to this zone before going on Australian dollar USD. My bias remains bullish. If you want to risk selling, you can risk selling. Let's go back to 1 hour. It all depends on how the data that will be released. Okay, we also need to consider the fundamentals. So if 1 hour candle, the current 1 hour candle will close by 2. The current, yes, let's hope the news would favor dollar for us to sell. Okay, let's hope the news favors. So if the news favors the dollar, this is what you should do. If the news comes out positive for the dollar, wait for this 1 hour candle to close. The news will be released by 1:30, and the current 1 hour candle will close by 2. So you should patiently wait for this 1 hour candle to close. So you should be considering executing your trade by 2 p.m. That is if 1 hour candle closes below this level. That is when you should consider executing the trade. Even if it comes out negative, if it is negative for dollar, if the current 1 hour candle closes below the low, take the sell. If the news comes out by 2, if the news is negative for the dollar, in as much this current 1 hour candle closes below this level, you can risk it. You can take the risk. Set your stop loss few pips above the high of this candle. Okay, so that's my take on Australian dollar USD. Look for a sell if a bearish candle closes below this low. But if the news is negative and the trend continues bullish, don't execute a trade. If there is no pullback on AU, don't buy. You cannot buy from the current market price. If there is no pullback on AU, don't buy. Even if the news negative for the dollar and the trend continues bullish, do not buy. Do not buy. This is where the bullish move started from last week. That was where this is where price started going bullish. So you don't want to jump in and start buying. It has already done. Let's calculate the number of pips. You should have bought from this point. Should have bought from this point. If you had bought from this point, you would have your risk on this trade would have been, let's say, 30 pips. Is by now you should be out of this trade. This is about 60 pips profit, right? You should be out of this trade. So to not be wise for you to start buying from this point. There must be a pullback before you consider buying Australian dollar USD. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay. So Daniel said we should look at EA. Let's look at EA. EA. I see a good setup on EA. I see a very nice setup on EA. A very nice setup on EA. If 1 hour candle closes above this level on EA, buy. If 1 hour candle closes above the high of this candle, you can see it has created a resistance here. It has created a resistance here. If you go back here, you would also see this level was a support here. Can you see it's strong resistance? It has created a resistance here. So if the market or if a candle closes above this high or this resistance level, it indicates that there is more demand. It indicates that there is more demand than supply. So you should consider buying. I told you guys yesterday, I'm expecting EA to come back and fill this fair value gap it created here before going bearish. The weekly bias for EA is bearish, but it needs to come fill this fair value gap. Okay, it needs to come fill this fair value gap. So if you are buying above this resistance, let's assume the candle closes at this price, your stop loss should be at this, or you should use 30 pips. Okay, your stop loss should be 30 pips from your entry level. Are you getting me? Your stop loss should be 30 pips from your entry level. And let's say if we use this as our first TP, so this is about 60 pips. So you risk 30 pips, your target should be this 60 pips. Risk 30 pips, and your TP should be 60 pips. Okay, so you could avoid trading dollar pairs. You could avoid trading dollar pairs. You could trade Euro Aussie. Okay, Euro Aussie, or you trade GG, Euro Aussie or GJ, to avoid the impact of the news on USD pairs. Okay, so I'm going to execute a trade on Euro Aussie. I'm just patiently waiting for price for a candle to close above this resistance level before going bullish on Euro Aussie. Let's wait for the news to be released. Let's see how the market will react to the news. Okay, let's wait for the news to be released. Any question? Any question? If this is your first time participating in the live stream, please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live or anytime I drop a video, you get notified by YouTube. Subscribing to the channel is to your advantage. Do subscribe. Do subscribe. Like I told you guys, if you're interested in trading signals, if you want to trade signals, fund your trading account, your Aurum Markets trading account with $2, and you will be getting free signals. You'll be getting free signals. Okay, at least 3 signals in a week. 3 signals in a week. Winning rate is 70%. Out of 10 trades, there's a high probability we'll win 7 trades. Okay, so if you're interested, open an account with Aurum Markets, fund it with $200, and you'll be added to the WhatsApp group where we send the signals to. Any question? Any question? Let me know in the comment section. I'm patiently waiting for Euro Aussie. You can see we already had, what's it called? These are bullish reversal pattern on 1 hour. This is an hammer. This was a spinning bottom. But we still need to wait for price to close above this level, this resistance level, before buying. Any question? Let's wait 4 more minutes. The news will be released by 1:30. News will be released by 3 more minutes to go. 3 more minutes to go. If you'd like to learn my strategy, there is a link in the description description box. Okay, there is a link in the description box. Okay, my free strategy. If you want to learn my strategy, there is a link, a YouTube link there. Just click on it to have access to my trading strategy. Okay, if you are new to trading, so for you to understand my trading strategy, you have to be an experienced trader. You have to be an experienced trader to understand my trading strategy. If you are not experienced, you might not understand the concepts. You might not understand the concepts. We're waiting for the news to be released. Waiting for the news to be released. If you're not profitable, don't go for prop firm. If you're not profitable on your life account, don't go for prop firm. There's a high probability you're going to go your prop firm account. Don't go for prop firm. It's best you fund your brokerage account, because most of these prop firm, they come up with conditions that would make it difficult for you. They don't want you to win. Prop firms don't want you to win. Prop firms don't want you to win. They want you to lose. They will give you conditions they can't meet up with. Okay? Fund your trading account. And when you make profits, most of these prop firms, they will tell you you need to make a minimum amount before you can withdraw. They will tell you need to make a minimum amount, a certain amount before you can withdraw. They come up with silly conditions. Unreasonable conditions. If you have, fund your trading account and trade. You make profit on your brokerage account, you are able to withdraw. There are no conditions attached to that. You make your rules when you're trading with a brokerage account. But the choice is yours to make. I've had experience with prop firms. So, okay, I've had experience with them. Not a good one. Not a good experience. Not a good experience. But if you have funds you want to risk, then you can consider. I will not advise that you go for them. Okay, the news has been released. Let's see. Can you see DXY? DXY, you can see, I think the news is positive for dollar. I think it's positive for the dollar. It's negative, right? It's negative for core retail sales. Actual equals forecast. Actual equals forecast, and for retail sales, 0.6 was the forecast, and the actual is 0.2%. This is negative for the dollar. I think this is negative for the dollar. It is negative for the dollar. It is negative for the dollar. So patiently wait for the current 1 hour candle to close before you execute any trade. If 1 hour closes above this level, then you can go bullish on DXY. go bearish on GU, AU. Patiently wait. Okay. Let's see what's happening on GU. Okay, you can see it is still bearish. So patiently wait. Patiently wait for the current 1 hour candle to close. For GU, if the current 1 hour candle closes below this low, I think if 1 hour closes below this low, you should go bearish. Okay, if 1 hour closes below this low, go bearish. That's my take on GU. That's my take on GU. Patiently wait for price to close. GJ has cleared the buy side liquidity. GJ has cleared the buy side liquidity. Okay, so let's wait for the current 1 hour candle. Wait for the current 1 hour candle to close before you buy or sell. Okay, wait for the current 1 hour candle to close. EU, you can see EU. Let's see 1 hour. EU closes below this low. If 1 hour candle closes below this level, you can risk selling EU. You can risk selling EU if it closes below the low of this candle. I hope that is clear. Any question? 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 GJ is provoked. GJ is vexing. You guys have provoked GJ. GJ is provoked. Let's see what's happening on gold now. Gold is still bearish. Let's see UJ. UJ, okay, you can see UJ has come to fill this gap. You can see UJ has come to fill this gap. So it's likely going to sell from this gap. But patiently wait for the current 1 hour candle to close before you take a trade. You can see UJ has to fill this gap. But patiently wait for it to pull back. Patiently wait. Patiently wait for 1 hour candle to close before you take a trade on UJ. Wait for the current 1 hour candle to close on UJ before you sell. Patience, patience. Okay. Patiently wait. So guys, I think that will be all for this session. We'll be meeting tomorrow by 10 a.m. Tomorrow by 10 a.m. So please manage your risk properly. Don't over leverage. Don't revenge trading. Set your stop loss. Okay. If the market goes against you, it's fine. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Losses are inevitable. Okay. So that will be it for today's session. I wish you all a profitable trading day. See you guys tomorrow.